You are listening to KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Currently, talking all things KC Current and NWSL soccer. I'm Daniel Kooser, here with my good buddy, Christopher Wright. Chris, how are you, my friend?
Doing well, man. I don't know if you noticed, but one of the Kansas City Current co-owners is in the Super Bowl.
Life is weird right now, bro. Life is, I got to tell you, these games are not even that exciting because they keep happening. You know, they're only, the excitement is built after it doesn't happen so often. Now it's like expected. And I'm like, stop the spoiling. Like, you're spoiling us is what it is. And you, a sad Dallas Cowboys fan, you get to live this just by your geographical position. So that's kind of exciting.
I mean, if the Cowboys and the Chiefs were to play each other, I'm without a doubt going for Dallas. No question. But I really do like when the Chiefs win. It's cool to see everybody in the area just ecstatic, right? It brings a lot of energy to the. I love it.
It does. It does indeed. It's just oh man. Did you watch the whole game Sunday?
I did.
Yeah, just the grit and everything, man. The drive, the injuries, the new guys stepping up. I'm just like, if you don't win after that kind of, gutsy breakout performance like that, if you don't go take it all and beat an Eagles team that had a pretty cushy road all season, right? I mean, that could be
very.
Don't get me wrong. I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy. I like him. Roll Tide and all that. But I think that a lot of people are like, oh, Boomer Sooner. Nah, shut your mouth. You 3 years at Bama. You shut your mouth. I don't think he's got what it takes, man. However, 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl for the first time ever. That's exciting, right?
It just shows the progression of the league,
Yeah. Because quarterback has always been primarily, correct me if I'm wrong, a white position. It kind of has you. Oh, where's the white guy go? Make him throw balls. You know what I mean? Cool. Let him throw. And now it's like, hell no, man. Like, there's some great black athletes slinging that ball downfield. And it's amazing, man. I love it.
Well, in the past, you take a look at guys like Randall Cunningham and like Michael Vick, who are labeled primarily as like runners. Donovan McNabb were labeled as, runners first and then passers second. Now, a lot of the black quarterbacks coming out are passers first, runners second. So it's really Hurts showing.
Jalen might run. Jalen might run a lot.
He can run.
Yeah.
He can run. Mahomes can hobble. He'll hobble and get you a first down and get a penalty.
Well, you got to love that week off, man. And we're
absolutely.
We're proud of the Chiefs, of course. If you're listening to this, you either don't care about American football or you're very excited like we are as well. So it's good times. Our team's owner, Brittany Mahomes. Oh, wait, Brittany and Patrick. I just freaking forget sometimes that Patrick also is a part of this. It will potentially be going for another Super Bowl ring, man. So best of luck to them, and I'm sure we'll talk more about it in the days to come. So
absolutely.
Hey, you today is, if you're listening to this on the release day, it's Thursday, and you potentially went up to the KC Current Media Day. Is that right? Is that the plan?
I put in for credentials. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if it happens.
Well, speak on it like you're there right now. Are you having a good time? Is it going well? You're talking to a lot of the ladies, getting some good bits.
I mean, that's the plan. That's the plan, right?
Sound bites.
Absolutely.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna think about having your little voice memo out, get some high quality bits.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just gonna ask them hopefully a fun and exciting question and see what they have to say.
See, that's you, man. Like you're good at talking to people like face to face, I think. Whereas I think I'm more comfortable than you are talking to someone in this kind of setting. You know what I mean? At least for right now. That could always change. But I know I went with Jimmy to the to the SKC Media Day one time, and I was just like his little freaking golden retriever. I just like followed him around and like, yes, daddy, you ask the questions. I will sit here and look pretty, daddy. I was really out of my element and I just felt weird, man. But we're all new at something at some point, right?
it can be very intimidating too. It's a tough thing to break into. So just got to go out there and do it.
Are you going to the whole thing? Because it's a long thing.
I have to see what I can get off from work. That's the primary thing. So I don't know, how long I'll be there for or what time I'll get there, but I'm going to try and get there as early as I can to talk to as many athletes as I can.
So you're hoping for a few hours worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a 7-hour ordeal, my friend. And I'm like, whoa, is there like a mixer? Is there a ballroom dance floor? Because it's at like the one of the hotels. I just assume there's a ballroom.
Yeah. So I hope they have food, because I will quite literally be rushing from work there and probably have not eaten much. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know.
You might have to just rely on your old faithful Chipotle, my friend. There's one on every corner. So what are you going to do?
I love Chipotle. Yeah.
That's now become the that's like the go-to for anybody right now. It used to be like McDonald's. Yeah, you want to get some McDonald's, and now it's like, let's at least get some Chipotle, make the bathroom break worth it later or something,
It's so filling. You get, we're going off the rails, but you get like a sofrito bowl for somebody who doesn't eat meat like myself. That's pretty filling. So it's a great stop.
I love tofu, man. I know everyone's like, tofu, this guy's nuts. But dude, if you get some extra firm tofu and you like bake it up in some kind of marinade or sauce or something,
season it well,
dude, with like some cornstarch, and it like bakes into like a baked chicken. And I swear to God, I could feed this to a meat eater and you might be like, that's doggone chicken. Like, I swear to God, you might think that because of how I seasoned it. Everyone's like, tofu don't taste like nothing. Well, if you don't put nothing on tofu, then it's going to taste like that, because it tastes like whatever you put on it.
It absorbs like the flavor.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Dude, I could grill it. I could put it on a freaking sandwich. I'll dice it up and put it in freaking pasta. There's so much you can do here, man. Make it into a sour cream. You ever done that?
I've never done that.
All right. This has been vegan cooking tips with Dan.
Well, I will say during, when we get to the games early and we tailgate, he always brings a lot of good snacks.
Yeah.
A lot of good vegan snacks. So I'm going to count on you again this upcoming season.
It's my plan. Maybe you'll contribute someday, but that's neither here nor.
Yep. Maybe someday. No rush though. No rush on that.
No one likes the guy at the tailgate that shows up empty-handed. But when it's just us at the tailgate, because we got no friends, what are you going to do? We'll get Jordan will come out with us. Jordan will come hang.
Jordan will go.
I think that, buddy, we got. Oh my God, are you busy this weekend? Are you doing anything this weekend?
I'm busy on Saturday around 6:00. I am
about 6:05. I think it's about 6:05.
Okay.
And we'll be at the KC Comets game. Yeah. It's a pretty big deal. Comets are taking on their rivals, St. Louis. We'll be there to jeer at Kevin Ellis, who plays for the St. Louis team, former SKC guy. But halftime's where the real show is, my friend. There's always a good halftime show at these games. The halftime show might be a sick dance from the KC Comets dancers, or it might be maybe a dog show, or maybe it's a celebrity soccer game. And your boy's got that celeb glow up, because we're going in there to represent KCSN in the most foolish way possible, in probably taking a silly celebrity game way too seriously.
Yeah, Dan and I have history of playing a lot of indoor recreational soccer, so you never know what you're going to see. You may see Dan push somebody, like he's done in rec, or me take an outside the foot laser shot and sky it and probably hit a fan. I don't know.
Why?
But we're going to be out there making a fool of ourselves, but enjoying every second.
Why does your wrongdoings have to sound so cool? You might take a sweet outside the foot shot. Dan might just go be a bully. And I won't. No, I don't. My goal, dude, as is a lot of these things, as we get older, my goal is to not get hurt. It's to just go out there, do my best, maybe make a couple of good passes to where I walk away going, that was a pretty good pass. You ever have those moments where like, pretty good feed right there, pretty good assist. If I can get something like that, cool. But we all know I'm going to be there for some weird poach goal that you send some sick cross off the wall or something like that. It's going to get wild. And I hope we're on Hartzell's team because that's a wiry son of a bitch. I hope he's with us.
I don't know if I could hang with that guy. He's everywhere.
Absolutely.
Zooming around.
Well, we need that. We might have to get some, I don't know. We know some guys on KCSN. I know Jordan and Tucker have been in this game before. So, see, they were in the media game though. We're in the celebrity game, Chris. It's kind of yeah, I'm just going to blast that. I'm not even going to put quotes on celebrity. I'm just going to call it what it is. But hey, I'll see you there, fellow celeb. Red carpet's out. Little sweet access, maybe a little jersey action with their name on it. Jimmy was the only cool one that put no other pod on the back of his jersey. You and me were big douchebags and put our own names.
Well, this is my first time. So, I got to put my name on the first time, right?
My first time too, man. I'm from out of town. I tell you, guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, by the way, which I don't know why you're not, it's just hilarious. We're just ridiculous. But I got the scarves here in town. You saw I brought the scarves. It's a good time. It feels like home again. And, buddy, we'll see you Saturday. And I think that I might be sore the next day after playing for 10 minutes.
I think the biggest thing, like you said, is let's just not get hurt. Nobody wants to get hurt and lay on the ground in a celebrity halftime kick around.
Let's just have fun.
Let's just have fun.
Why do you and I talk with our pens like we're statisticians?
I move my hands when I talk a lot. And
I'll just pull out a pad. Tell. I'll just take notes like a detective. If you could tell me where you were last week. This is my FBI pad. I write my notes. Well, but let's hop into some KC current stuff, man. Preseason is here. Preseason is here. We all know MLS is kicking off at the end of this month. Very exciting stuff. That means NWSL is right around the corner with a kickoff the following month. So what's some storylines going into this camp, man? Obviously, we know there's been some national team call-ups, and we'll get to that. We know the roster additions, but they're kicking it off down in Florida. Is that right? Pretty soon?
Well, they're going to open camp here in Kansas, in Riverside.
In the cold?
In the cold. On Instagram, they're kicking it around today. So they are out there today.
Today's beautiful. Today is a balmy 42 degrees, my friend. I was out there for a minute. It felt great.
It is quite nice. But from February 6th through March 1st, they will be in Florida.
Okay.
Doing camp. So they're going to have some better weather down there.
4 days they're taking off. So they're just kind of regrouping here, probably having team meetings and stuff. Maybe some drills if the weather actually is going to kind of get up in the 50s. So that's pretty decent, like soccer training weather, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then they're off to Florida, man, where it's just nice and team getting to know each other. Probably look out for some of that sweet KC Current social media content. Always keeping us up to date on things. So what do we got a preseason roster, who they're taking the draft picks with them, right?
Yep. There is currently 30 players on the roster as of right now.
Yeah.
4 goalkeepers, obviously AD, Cassie Miller, Ashley Orcus, and Jordan Silkowitz.
What have you done here? You've given me an abbreviation, which I can only assume means New Year's ready. What is that? What's that acronym? What is that?
Not yet reported. So they have not yet shown up.
Reported. I thought it was ready for the new year. Not it. Okay. Gotcha. And that would be Desiree Scott, Sam Mewis, Chloe Lagarzo, Claire Lavager, which for reasons we all understand.
Right. Ella Schamberger, defender as well, has not yet reported, but I imagine she probably will shortly.
Okay. All right.
But we are carrying 11 defenders. So we got Elizabeth Ball, Kate Delfava, Alex Loera, Haley Mace, Addison Merrick, Makia Manise, Gabby Robinson, Izzy Rodriguez, Ella Schamberger, Mallory Weber, and our favorite Kansas City Comets coach, Jenna Weinbrenner.
We'll see her on Saturday.
We'll see her.
Does she know? Should we let her know we're coming?
She will be here. Yep, she will be here. She will not be in Florida. So maybe we should. She'll
give us some tips on this game.
I want her to stand up on the bench and look at us and watch us and coach us about.
Yeah, if she could help my positioning in this. What I want to know, first of all, let's circle back to this because Jimmy's played in the sporting media game. We've seen him on there, and it's about 29 players out there on the field, right? Probably more, probably 29 each side. It's a little bit of a cluster. Is that going to be like? Is that what this is going to be like?
I don't have the slightest idea.
Or we're going to have line changes? We're going to start out subbing on?
I don't have the slightest of clue. I don't have an idea.
Okay.
I'm just going to show up and try and,
just here for a good time. Not
play
a long
well,
time.
but play well and not take it too seriously. I got to, check myself sometimes.
Well, I've already told Jimmy you're confirmed for a couple goals, so don't let me down.
Nope. No pressure.
Don't blow it. Okay, well, that's a lot of defenders taken to preseason camp, by the way.
It is.
That gets whittled down to probably, what, 7? Do you do 8?
Probably 8. I don't know how many of the rookies are going to make it, to be honest. They're going to have to battle it out in preseason and camp, and it's going to be a tough competition.
Sounds very Full Metal Jacket. A lot of you rookies aren't going to make it. You're not going to make it through camp, all right? This is very grueling.
Yeah, same with the midfield, right? I mean, midfield's pretty packed as well.
Midfield's packed, man. 10 midfielders. I mean, it's and hell, 1, 2, 4 of those aren't reporting, so might as well call them 6 for right now.
Well, Sam Mewis is listed on there,
yeah,
and we're going to get to her in a minute. But Claire Lavoisier, we're also going to get to her in a minute. But neither one of them will be there either for the rest of the season. And Claire's sake, she'll probably be around midseason.
Okay.
So
direct from Claire. She said that.
I mean, close enough. The current release, the current website, she said that. So
okay.
Or they said that. So
dig it.
But for midfielders, we got Ryland Childers, Chardonnay Curran, Dabinia. Love saying that. Vanessa DiBernardo, Morgan Gautrat, Labonta, Lavoisier, Lagarzo, which she hasn't reported yet. So interested to see kind of what goes on there. Sam Mewis and Desiree Scott. So
there you go.
A lot of international talent in the midfield, and a lot of some U.S. women's national team talent in there as well.
A lot of talent in general on this team. Just it gets me pumped, man. I hope everyone can stay healthy and start the season off on the right foot.
Yeah. The last thing we need is a training camp injury, or something like that.
Right. And I'm sure gone are the days of not being careful enough. You know what I mean? I feel like training camps have changed for every sport. I just think back in my day, used to run and I'd need so much water and then I'd drink too much water. So then I'd puke so I could go run some more, and 2-a-day basketball practices. It's just like, I don't know if they're doing all that anymore. You're probably getting taken care of a little better.
That, and a lot of these international players, like they're gone half the time. They're traveling, they're busy. Like, yeah, they're not just, doing things with club, Yeah. It's their time is incredibly limited, and, they probably got a bunch of trainers having them do a bunch of different things and, constantly moving, constantly.
Exactly. They're machines is what it is, man. Their bodies are machines, and that's how they're treated. And you gotta oil up the machines so they can run longer. I feel I'm excited for a lot of our draft picks, man. Mainly Michelle Cooper, to see if she really works herself into the the starting lineup, and maybe we'll get some footage too. I don't know. Do they have any scrimmages lined up that you know of? Anything like that?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. That's always fun to keep an eye on, right? Like see the rosters they put together, and okay, maybe we'll see more about that.
We kind of see what they give us too. So, I don't know if we'll have any type of media out there watching these players practice or play or scrimmage. So, and maybe we will. I don't know, but it's kind of hard to keep up with what's going on unless it comes from the current themselves.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, you'll be able. Hey, we'll know a lot more from you next week, man. If you'll be on the front lines at Media Day. That's exciting stuff.
I hope so. And if I don't get credentials, if anybody's listening to this, forget about everything you heard about, me trying to get there.
Well, if Casey Current's listening to this, I mean, if Danny Welniak, if you are listening to this, help Chris out, help him get there. It's his first Media Day. He's never been to something like that, so he greatly appreciates you.
Absolutely, it'll be fun. It'll be a good time. I've never been to one. I don't know how it's set up. I don't know anything. I'm just going to show up with my handy recorder, just blasting questions away. So
yeah, man, just introduce yourself. Go talk to Weinbrenner and thank her for coming on the show or whatever, and you could let her know we're in the game this Saturday at halftime. So
we're gonna need some coaching up.
I'm sure she'll be in the locker room coaching her own team. Or maybe she won't be. Maybe she's getting ready for the season. Maybe she's done with the Comets right now. I don't know how that works. We'll just have to see. Buddy, we alluded. Did you list the forwards already?
No.
Oh, list them up.
Okay. So we have 5 forwards on the roster, and I expect every one of these to make the roster, the final roster. So Michelle Cooper, Kristen Hamilton, CC Kaiser, Mimi Larson, and Alexa Spanstra. I think all those are they're a lock. I wouldn't have any concern. They will all make the final roster.
Yeah, there's really no forwards on the team. It's like, oh, fighting for your spot. Really isn't like that, is it?
I mean, I'm curious to see what they do because Michelle Cooper, they did not trade up, give up Lynn Williams to have her sit for a year.
True.
I think she probably won't start initially, but I think by the end of the year, she'll have the bulk of the minutes, up top. So
cool.
We'll see how she develops.
Hell yeah. Well, we kind of alluded to Sam Mewis situation. What's going on with Sam, buddy? This is a sad deal. I don't think we'll ever see Sam Mewis actually play a game for KC Current. I don't know what's happening. It sucks.
We might not, man. We might not. But, I'm sure everybody knows by now, but she recently had another knee surgery. I don't know how many that is now, but it's on the same knee. So, and it's a progressive injury. So, those are never, ever good. But the Current did buy out her contract, and they re-signed her to a new contract through the 2023 season. That's focused on her, recovery and her future, but most likely not on the field for 2023. And she is also with her family at home right now, rehabbing. So we wish her the best. It sucks.
Give a shout out to the organization here because this is a business overall. And I think no one would argue or be mad if you have to cut ties with this player and buy them out or whatever and say I wish you well. No. KC Current was like, well, we want to be here for you and sign you to this deal. And it's like, that blew my mind. Because tell me I'm wrong. Sports, it's transactional, right? These athletes, not every organization views them as family. Not every organization views them as a human. They view them as money, transactional. You know what I mean? And this is just another. I don't know. Am I wrong here? I feel like this is huge for a team to do.
No, I love it. I really do.
Were you shocked? Or is that what people do? Am I missing something? Do teams do this?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
And you're right to be shocked. I think it shows that, we are a players first organization. In my opinion, it's kind of setting the standard again. The Current are setting a standard as to how players should be treated in a situation like this, right? I don't know what this contract is. I don't know what it looks like, but what I do expect is that Sam Mewis might be in Kansas City with some of the players. She might be rehabbing. I imagine the rehab and the surgery is not cheap. I don't know, if she was not on the team, I don't know who would pay for that. I don't know that, those variables, but the Current are taking care of the player. They're taking care of the person. And
they have no obligation to do that.
They don't.
Like, that's not in a contract saying we have to do that for you. That's them saying like, hey, this is very unfortunate. We care about you. And it's like, what workplace really does that? Not many, especially sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with you. And it also shows her value as a person, as a leader, as a teammate. She's going to help these rookies. She's going to help the existing players on the team. She might be there coaching them up on the field. Just having her around in any capacity is an asset. So kudos to the Current. I really hope, even if it's not with the Current, man, I just hope she can play at some point, because I know she loves it. She's not doing this for fun. She's doing it because she loves soccer. But I just wish her the best as a person in this situation.
Absolutely, man. It's unfortunate because, she was probably really looking forward to coming back and getting out there and going hard again, being her old self, and potentially working back into the USWNT. I mean, that's a real possibility. And that's not a possibility now. Not this year. You got to miss the World Cup, and that's sad. So best to Sam. Good. And good on Casey Current. But that's a great segue to the She Believes Cup. Best name for a cup ever. Not. I'm sure people don't like it, but it's whatever. It is what it is. But are we going to see any Casey Current players on this team for this little competition?
Little competition. AD French.
That's right.
Yep, she's on there. So
very happy to see that. And very happy she's on our team. That brick wall of a woman is in goal for us, and I love it.
Well, she's been called up for a while now. Like, she is no longer just somebody coming in to check her out to see what she has. I believe they know what she can offer, and they're going to keep bringing her in because they know she's a hell of a keeper. She's one of the best in the world, and Vlatko knows that. She's not a trialist. She's a staple. She's a regular on this national team.
Yeah. I'm pumped, man. Like I've always said, these national team games are way more excited when you got skin in the game, when you got a player from your hometown team playing in these games, or at least on the bench, at least available, right?
Right.
You may see her. Also as a backup goalkeeper, you may not. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure she'll take it. She's in favor there with the club, with the manager. Just very happy for AD, man. I think we need to try to get her on here and really talk to her and see, really pick her brain about certain things. This is just, the woman's got a great career and lots of good things ahead of her.
I know, I completely agree. But what makes me a little sad is we have no Haley Mace.
That's a little footnote there. That's a little asterisk that kind of makes me like what happened. She was getting some regular call-ups for the last 6+ months, and now she's just out of favor. Now that doesn't mean she's done. It doesn't mean she's out of World Cup favor, because this is just a small little tournament, dude. They do it every year, right?
Right. And
it's just a thing to kick off competition, get them playing some meaningful games. So I'm not reading too much into that Haley Mace omission. But on that one hand, if you aren't reading too much into Haley Mace not being there, then don't you have to not read in too much for AD French being called in?
I feel like you're twisting me into a pretzel here.
That's a twist, dude. It's very twisty.
It is very twisty, but, Vlatko, he might just be seeing what else we have, right? He lives in Kansas City. He can come out and watch, Haley Mace play. He might just be seeing what else is out there and just trying some new things. I do think that, I don't know if she'll make the World Cup roster, but I think she'll probably maybe be the last few in or out. But you never know. An injury could happen. She's always one injury away, I think. And I see you smiling over there.
I'm just smiling because my wife's crawling on the floor to get her headphone charger. And she tried to be so quiet and then just caused an avalanche of office supplies. She's crawling like a freaking raccoon.
I just saw a hand like go up and like grab something.
This is live podcasting. She's gonna be so mad because she does not want to be on this podcast.
Oh.
She's like, no, don't freaking put me on your podcast. And I'm like, she's texting me like I'm gonna sneak in there and get my headphones charger. And I just see out of the corner of my eye a freaking green beret on the floor crawling through the mud.
And Jordan just said we are 110% leaving that in. So that's official.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the pod, Marissa.
Oh my God. I just saw this slug of
You just call your wife a slug?
I did. Maybe we should edit that out.
Nope. You gotta keep it, Jordan.
Woo! It's hot up in
Oh,
here.
you just called your wife a slug on.
Yeah. Well, no one cares. No one cares. When you're together long enough, you can call each other anything. Yeah. Listen, if you're not watching the YouTube feed, I don't know why not. That's hilarious shit. We're getting more subscribers by the day, though, dude.
Are we?
I see it all the time. Yeah.
Awesome.
You gotta go check it out.
I need to. Well, send some questions in, man. Like, let me know what you're thinking, what you want us to talk about, what you want to hear about.
Who are you talking to? You talking to me?
Listeners, subscribers.
Oh, listen. Sorry, you said man. I was like, I don't have any questions.
Oh.
I don't know what you mean. I just don't know.
It's okay.
AD French, no Haley Mace. We're coming back on the road, baby. So that's the U.S. Women's National Team. She Believes Cup, man. You subscribe to that calendar. You get it all in your phone automatically. Know when those games are.
I do not.
You should do that.
I'm not a calendar person.
You don't use a calendar?
Not really. My calendar is up here, sir, and I miss a lot.
That's insane.
I miss a lot.
So that's why you need a calendar. My calendar's up here too, but it's also here. Buddy, I know where everything is. I know where you need to be tomorrow. I'll let you know. Okay, it's media day. Well, I think these games start on like the 16th? Does that sound right?
I hope so. You got the calendar.
I'm looking at the calendar, man. I see. Nope, that's when Magic Mike comes out. Let's see. Shut up. Those are good movies. Yeah, dude. I think the 16th we play Canada, so down in Florida. This will be cool. This will be a good competition. I'm excited to watch these ladies and kick some ass as they always do in this tournament. What's hot in NWSL right now? What's hot? Anything?
We have 3 expansion teams. That's a pretty big deal. So,
did we know there'd be 3?
We always thought there'd be 2. The third was a bit of a surprise.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So, before it was down to Utah was already in. They were already in. Before
we're talking Boston and San Fran.
Boston, San Francisco, and Tampa Bay were the 3.
Oh, okay.
So Utah, obviously expansion team, and Boston and San Francisco as well. I'm not exactly sure how much Utah paid in. They had it in a clause when they left that they could come back into the league, and I think it was really low in terms of their expansion fee to come in, substantially, incredibly low. I think it was like lower than $5 million or something like that. Don't quote me. I think that's what it was. But Boston and San Francisco have agreed to pay a record of $50 million each to come into the league.
That's good money.
That's good money.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I always thought that was weird. Like, you got to buy into the league and whatnot. I'm just like, you know what? We should be such a hot commodity. The league should be paying us to be a part of it. If only the world worked that way, right?
I was gonna say that, but yeah,
it's all like with jobs, buddy. It's all about who you know. What can you do for me? That situation. So, well, good for them, man. Utah, Boston, and San Fran are all in this bad boy. No Tampa Bay though.
No Tampa Bay, but I'm happy for the fan bases, right? Like
Sure.
Utah, they had a team and lost it. They had a good fan base. They sold a lot of tickets. They did really well. But when you think about how much our lives changed with the Kansas City Current coming to Kansas City,
yeah.
I mean, I don't want to upplay it too much, but it is life changing, right? Like we go to every games, you make friends.
Yeah.
We're incredibly invested. So, I mean, I'm really excited for all the fan bases. It's super cool.
Dude, I'm absolutely invested. I'm Charles Schwab up in here, dude. I'm ready to freaking, this team till I die. You know what I mean?
Right.
You've seen it. Look at the wave.
I see it.
Look at the wave. Look at the stars. Those are gorgeous. Don't pay attention to my vascular veins. It's been a hell of a day. Buddy, I feel that women's soccer is taking off, man. When you're adding teams like this to the league, albeit one old one, but it's still an additional team, and then 2 more additional teams. That's cool. When did you say these teams will be set to start?
Oh, I think 2024.
Holy shit.
I think. Don't quote me on that. It might be 2025, but it's within the next few years.
Yeah, absolutely.
But one thing I am not excited about, I'm actually incredibly sad, is the expansion draft.
Yeah, I mean that'll be a thing that's going to happen, and everyone's a target.
I mean, we might have a lot of good players who, contribute to the team, but we can't protect them all.
Can't protect them all. Luckily, those kind of drafts, you can only get one player taken. You can only protect a certain amount. Usually like the like a full roster's worth, right? Like 11, something like that.
Yeah, and more you're seeing teams trade certain resources for roster or for expansion exemption, I guess, or protection, not exemption, protection. We might see us trade like whatever our first round pick is, for example, for to Team A, to San Francisco to not take any of our players.
Mm-hmm.
We saw that with San Diego and Angel City. So I expect to see a lot of that in the next few years.
Cool, man. Very cool. Last little bit, I think last little bullet point you got here for me is NWSL is going to use not Eagle Eye, but Hawkeye technology. We're talking bows and arrows and shit, my friend. To implement video assistant referee this year. This year, we're going to have VAR. Love it or hate it, it's happening. I personally love it. I think it does more good than harm. Does it screw you sometimes? Sure. But I don't think the game should be left up to a single man or woman on that field. You know what I mean? People miss calls all the time. Hell, I've seen blatant fouls in front of like side referees right in front of them. And I'm like, what were they doing? Too busy looking for offsides that they didn't see the foul? Like they have one job and it's offsides and they can't catch a foul. It's crazy. VAR is going to help out a lot.
At the end of the day, as a fan, we just want fairness, right?
Yeah.
We just want fairness, and that brings it. And it's according to Sports Business Journal, who reported that. So one fun thing to note is that the fans will be able to see the replays that VAR are looking at both in stadium and on broadcasts. So
what?
Yeah.
Dude, that is so much more pressure on the referee. If we can clearly see what they're looking at, like gone are the days now where you have to hopefully maybe have Paramount Plus pulled up on your phone just to see if you can get a good look at what the referee's looking at. Now oh my God, it takes the suspense out of it.
If we were at a game and there was something like a sporting game, I'm scrolling down, I'm checking Twitter, seeing what people at home said, because we can't see it. So that's super cool. But it shows the progression of the league as well. When you think about how far we've come, even before Kansas City was a team again, just night and day. 3 or 4 years ago, this league looked substantially different than it does now in so many different ways. So it's just showing the growth, showing the progress, and I'm excited.
You're right, man. I'm pumped too. And goal line technology right around the corner as well. Major League Soccer doesn't even have that, so pretty cool. Goal line technology is pretty sick, really. When you see it done in the Premier League, and they show the videos all slow and shit, and they'll pause it and then rotate the camera around and be like, if you see it's not completely past that line, I love that. And I love that. And why shouldn't it happen? Because NFL's doing it. Basketball stops the clock to like all the time to see how many seconds need to go back on the clock. If they can do that nonstop, then these games can have goal line technology. You know what I'm talking about? Those referees?
Yeah.
They're just like, hold on, we got to put 0.2 of a second back on. It's pretty crucial.
Well, when you think about the careers of these players, the trajectory, the bonuses, who's making the playoffs, who's not, who's winning the Challenge Cup, who's winning end of year awards, right? This can clean that up. It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Our producer Jordan, big Royals guy, rest in peace to his Royals publication that just got wiped. But did you hear about this SB Nation stuff, pulling all their content?
That's horrible.
It's pretty weird. But I think, dude, umpires have it the worst right now because they make their call, ball or strike, and then some freaking robot on the screen shows it's a strike, and the umpire maybe called a ball, and it's like, well, now this dude's incompetent, getting judged every single call, every 10 seconds per pitch or whatever it is. What a stressful freaking job. I can't handle it.
I wouldn't want
it. Dude, it's like the equivalent of your manager like working right behind you all the time, watching everything you do and type, and it's like, that's scary.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited. I don't know when the goal line tech is coming, but it is coming, or at least that is what is being reported. So
coming years.
That
could mean anything.
It could mean.
Don't hold your breath. Well, cool, buddy. What else you want to talk about? Anything else? You want to talk more celeb game?
Well, I mean, we're going to talk about it next week, right? That's going to be the first thing we talk about.
I forecast a couple of goals from you, and you can get a couple goals in 10 minutes, right? Easy peasy.
I hope so. I mean,
you've been playing. I haven't touched the ball since May, so we'll see what happens.
Very true. But one thing I wanted to touch on real quick was just Claire Lavoisier. She's projected to come back in midseason, and obviously that would give us a boost. In the middle of the season, the playoffs, when there's a lot of national team stuff going on. So,
did I skip over that?
Yeah, maybe. I thought I might have mentioned it in the roster too. So
I thought you did too. That's why I skipped over it, man. We're getting the flow. We'll get it down.
We're gonna show our teamwork this Saturday. We're gonna do some give and goes.
Jimmy's gonna go hard. By the way, Jimmy's gonna go too hard. The man does not play soccer, and I'm like, you better relax, my friend. Don't get out there and hurt yourself, you big 6'3" gargantuan.
He played defense during the sporting media game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because no one else wanted to. Everyone else wanted to play forward and shit. So it's like, I think indoor is a different beast. So we'll see what happens. Let's just go into it, have a good time, and get to break out the indoor shoes again, man. My flat Nike shoes, probably.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm talking about. You got indoor shoes too, don't you?
I do. Yeah.
The ones we wore in Topeka in that one league?
Yep.
Good times.
Sports Zone, I think.
Sports Zone. Hell of a time. Maybe I'll get back into that. All right, pal. Well, should we wrap it up?
We should.
Yeah. Happy to say we said we'd go half an hour, but we took 45 of your time. So that's how it goes. And we don't have a time crunch here until Jordan says, please wrap it up. I need to go make dinner.
Dan mentioned it earlier, but please take the 30 seconds and go back and watch the YouTube and see, in Dan's words, a slug going across the floor, grabbing headphone charger or something like that.
Oh, shit.
So
I slid down my chair. I just pulled a Sal Vulcano from Impractical Jokers and just fell down.
Is it like Lord. Snickers want to get away? Is that kind of how you feel right now? No,
I feel fine. She's not gonna be mad. she'll be like, "You're the slug. What are you talking about?" It's fair. That's fair. She had to move these scarves, by the way, because my big ass head was blocking the whole thing. So she had to move them to the side, and it still about blocks the whole thing. What are you gonna do?
Awfully nice,
guys. Take some time and go subscribe to our YouTube. I know KCSN has built one hell of a Chiefs following. If you could get on there and say like, "Hey, we care about soccer stuff too," just subscribe. I don't even care if you watch 30 seconds of the video. Just subscribe to us. It means a lot. Leave us 5-star ratings and reviews. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all that jazz. We love to get them. We love to read them on here. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, at NoOtherPod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. I'll remember this.
You got it.
Someday, man. Your email gets me screwed up. You're speaking of email, send us an email at nootherpod@gmail.com. And we'll answer all your burning questions about preseason and beyond. So for Christopher and Daniel, we'll talk to you later. We love you.